The storm continues to bear down all across the region, the entire state under a state of emergency. And you can see the roads are still hazardous tonight. We thank you for joining us for our extended weather alert coverage. I'm Maxine Stryker. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Gerard Jabali now. What can we expect in those next few hours? Because it's still coming down, not snow anymore, but still dangerous conditions.
Absolutely. It's turned to sleet, and we even have a little bit of freezing rain out there, Maxine, but we're starting to see an end in sight, and we've already seen some substantial snowfall totals. Now, these may be a little bit inflated, especially off to the north and west. These are radar estimations, but we know we've actually measured anywhere from 8 to 9 inches, roughly speaking, across most of the area, except for the eastern shore, around 6 inches. We're still waiting on measurements to come in, but this has still been quite a lot of snow and sleet together. Now it's again a different kind of precipitation, but starting to see a little bit of clearing back to the west here. We're getting into some drier air finally, and we will start to see the precipitation ending, and you can see it on the radar now pushing in from the west. Frederick County, it's already ended. Soon it will be moving across much of Baltimore County too. So I think in just the next hour, we're already going to see some improvements, and we may see a few more waves of light precipitation rolling through, but we're finally on the tail end of things. So cold temperatures are going to linger as we move into your Monday, and that is going to be a severe impact here still. Sleet and ice will still be somewhat high impact because until it's cleared off, it is going to still be lingering. The heavy snow is, of course, over with. Now, whatever they've cleared is just a sleet and icy mess. It looks like the power outages are not going to be much of an issue, so that was a very good news that we have. So going into 9 o'clock, again, the whole system should be exiting, and in the overnight hours, it's going to be chilly, and I say that because this is already quite cold by 7 a.m. It's going to be in the middle teens, and as we get into around the afternoon, we're talking about mid-20s. Get ready for some really cold temperatures to move in. It's going to be brutal this week. Unfortunately, this Arctic air mass is just getting started with us. We're going to be down into the low single digits, even nearing sub-zero temperatures for the morning lows on Tuesday, and then possibly again on Wednesday. We're not going to get above freezing for several more days, and we have to deal with the brutally cold air. And not to mention, this is not including wind chills. We're going to show you that. This is a look at their high temperatures. Again, teens for high temperatures. Remember, our average high is in the low 40s, so we are way below that right now. This is a really tough and deep Arctic air mass. Now the wind chills is going to drop to -5, maybe even close to -10 or even 15 in some locations. It is going to be brutally cold with the winds gusting at times to 25 miles per hour on your Monday. Tuesday still very cold still, and also -5, -10 on the wind chill factor. So cover all your exposed skin, hat, gloves, face mask if you got it, anything to protect you from the wind. Wind chill can be quite brutal. Again, can lead to hypothermia and frostbite in just a matter of a half an hour. We're talking about those temperatures, of course, being pretty rough, but it looks otherwise dry. We may see a little bit of sunshine, but it's not going to be helpful to really melt anything away until we get closer to next week.
Fox 45's Vincent Hill live in downtown Baltimore now. Vince, your news car got stuck in the snow earlier. How's that going? Did you guys get it out?
Well, Maxine, we actually got it out. We're actually here at the City Department of Transportation. You probably usually see this when you're driving down 83, but we want to just show our viewers just how these crews have been working now. We've been watching these trucks move in and out every 5 minutes or so. You can see that large pile of salt and brine. I've been talking to workers here. They say they've been out since 11 o'clock yesterday morning trying to get the roads clear. And of course, as we've seen this freezing rain and ice that we're still seeing, they say they'll be out, of course, into the early morning hours tomorrow morning. I did talk to an individual that lives in Hartford County who says he's actually got 161 trucks that have been in and out of this facility just trying to get the roads clear. So, of course, I'm sure folks at home are wondering when their roads will be clear. I can tell you that crews are out here working nonstop to make sure that those roads get cleared. Of course, they're going to start with the main roads first, and of course your interstates and then your side roads. So just be patient. And if you don't need to go out, stay inside. For now, Maxine, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Vince, thank you. We appreciate it. Let's go now to our Keith Daniels. He's live in Rogers Forge, checking on the side streets there, some narrow side streets in that neighborhood. Keith, what are you seeing?
Narrow side streets indeed. We're live on Hopkins Road here in Rogers Forge. Take a look at this street. Covered now, but earlier you could see the pavement. It's passable. This street is passable. In fact, we've seen a plow truck come down this block earlier this evening. Passable streets, that's what they're working with right now. Now, I did talk to some officials, and they told me, some Baltimore County officials, they told me they have to deal with 2,700 miles of road. Plow crews are responsible for that number of miles of road, including side streets like this one. Now, when that plow came through, look over here, you can see it pushed all the snow up here. Look how deep that is. My arm disappears. So all of this snow was here on the street. Passable now, though. But people, the residents, or rather the officials, are asking residents to be patient, because to clear the roads, it will take some time. And of course, they say side streets like this one, the last to get done. But in the words of the driver that we talked to, he stopped and he actually talked to us for a bit. Somebody's got to be last. And it's the last, somebody's got to be last, he said, and it's the people who live on the side street. So they're asking people to pack their patience. That's the latest now in Rogers Ford Street. Maxine, back to you.
All right, some good advice, Keith. Thank you. Stay with Fox 45 News. We'll continue to keep you updated both on air and on the Fox 45 News app and all of our social media pages. You can find us right here on Fox 45 News tonight at 10, right after the NFC Championship game. You can also follow us on all of our platforms and download the Fox 45 News app to be sure you don't miss any developments as this winter storm moves through the area. I'm Maxine Stryker. Stay safe out there.